Hello, today I'm going to be explaining the very first episode of The Walking Dead, which is called Days Gone By. This is for any new watchers of The Walking Dead that wants an idea or taster of what happens, or just for anyone who needs a recap. Just a quick warning, this video contains blood, guts, and gore, so if you're not good with those things then, well, this series and video isn't for you. I hope you enjoy. Now onto the video. On a deserted highway, Rick Grimes drives his police car past overturned and damaged cars scattered blocking the road, making him stop. He gets out and takes a gas can out of the trunk. He walks past the remains of more wrecked and abandoned cars. Rick searches around when suddenly he hears something and ducks down behind the car. He stands up and sees a girl walking away, so he calls out to her.
Don't be afraid, okay? Little girl?
She turns around to face him. Her lips and right cheek have been torn away, exposing raw teeth and muscle. Rick's face falls as she starts walking towards him. She approaches faster. As Rick steps back, he draws his gun and shoots her in the head. As her body falls to the floor, Rick lowers his gun. Skipping through the intro, about 2 months before, Rick and his partner and best friend, Shane Walsh, are eating hamburgers and fries inside their police car. The radio cracks, reporting to armed suspects, so they rush to the crime scene. We then cut to Rick approaching the overturned car. Then a man fires his gun and hits Rick in the side.
You get that ambulance down here, you tell him there's an officer down, you do it now!
Shane then is left begging Rick to stay awake. Now back to present day. We see Rick in hospital, very weak and confused. Rick is able to get himself up and heads for the door. The hallway's lights flicker and wires hang from the ceiling. Rick then spots a double door has been chained shut. A message scrawled across in black paint. Don't open, dead inside. We then meet Morgan, who finds and helps Rick. He realizes Rick is unaware as to what has happened to the world, so he tells Rick about what happens if a walker bites you and tells Rick the only way to permanently kill one is to destroy its brain. They then break into the police building and Rick packs a duffel bag with guns. Rick then says to Morgan,
I'll turn mine on a few minutes every day at dawn. You get up there, that's how you find me.
Rick then spots and shoots Walker, Leon, in the forehead. Rick sends out a broadcast on his cruiser's CB radio. In a camp outside the city, a group of survivors receives the message. A blonde girl, Amy, can't get a reply. Shane takes over the CB.
Hello, there's a person who called still in the air. This is Officer Shane Walsh broadcasting a person unknown, please respond.
Rick has left the emergency broadcast channel. Back on the road, Rick's car runs out of fuel. He finds a horse and rides the rest of the way to Atlanta. He speeds up the horse but ends up running into a large herd of walkers. Rick gets thrown off his horse and the walkers eat the horse alive. While the walkers are distracted, he manages to scramble underneath an abandoned tank. Several walkers notice him and begin to reach out at him from underneath the tank. He quickly climbs into it to escape the walkers. Rick is then interrupted by a voice that breaks over the CB radio in the tank.
Hey, you. Dumbass. Yeah, you in the tank. You cozy in there?
Rick slowly looks over at the radio in confusion and relief. In the final scene, we see just how many walkers have surrounded Rick, and we are left wondering who that was on the radio and how Rick might be able to escape the herd.